And if you're a lender, if you're interested in being a lender, that's something to keep in mind. If you don't know a ton about inspections, you need to get some help there so that your money is safe. That's where most of the deals go wrong. That's where most private lenders get burned. It's not because the borrower was dishonest. It's because they couldn't do the rehab. And they couldn't do it for what they thought they could do it for, and they couldn't manage it. That is the biggest failure point in deals that I know of. If you buy a good deal, you can give it all away in the rehab. So you really have to understand how to do that rehab, whether it's hiring a contractor or doing it yourself. So you've got to educate yourself. You've got to convince them that you know what you're doing and that the deal is going to get done and they really are going to make what you tell them that they're going to make. So that's step one, is you getting the education to be able to present yourself. You know, I don't back out of deals. If I tell somebody I'm buying their house, I'm buying their house. I don't back out because I found out that it's got bad plumbing or it's got this. I'll look at that first. But once I commit to that deal, then I'm in the deal. So, and it's the same thing here with money. You know, you commit to the deal, you do the deal. I've committed to lenders and then sold one of my properties, a bunch of cash comes in. If I'm committed to the deal, I'm going to do the deal. And you've got to get that over to them, that you're honest and you're straightforward. Okay. Again, present a deal, not a dream. You don't walk into a lender and talk about what you're going to do and what you're going to need. You just don't do it. You walk in with an actual deal that you can show them and that they can actually do at that point. Everybody understand that?
At what point in the process?
The question was, at what point do you approach them? After you have the property under contract. Okay? If you don't have it under contract, it's not a deal. You're going to have the confidence to go out and put it under contract. And if you go put it under contract and you can't find a lender, if it's a good deal, come see me. You know, I'll partner it with you. I'll get it financed. So that's always out there. The key is having a real deal. If you got a deal, it will get financed, whether you go to a partner or whether you sell the deal to somebody else. But if you say, well, it's not a good enough deal that I can sell it, but it's not a good enough deal for you to do. Okay, you got to start with a good deal. Everything we learn is based on getting a good deal. So you present the deal, not the dream. Now you want to be prepared. You want to bring documents to the first meeting. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little role play here. Is there anybody here that's ever done a private loan? Come on up, David. Okay, those are yours, and these are mine. Now we're going to talk about a flip. What you're doing, you found a good flip, it's got good profit in it, but you don't have the money to do it. So you're going to sit down, now you have a deal. And the deal is right here on this screen. We can go through it. I'll scroll down to the end. We'll start up here at the very beginning. So I usually begin with the deal. What I want to do is begin by explaining the deal to my potential investor. And then because I want them to make sure that it's profitable. You know, I want to tell them how much profit I'm going to make because I want them to know it's a safe deal. Then I'm going to talk about their terms. What are they going to make on it? And that's toward the bottom here where I have the mortgage terms. That's how I'm asking to borrow the money. And then at the end, I'm going to tell them about their security. So let's go to the beginning. David, I appreciate you coming to lunch with me.
Absolutely.
And the reason I invited you, I've got an opportunity that I want you to look at. No, it's not Amway.
Okay.
This is a real deal.
Okay.
I called you in because I need some money to do this deal. So I want to go over it with you. And now me personally, I've done a bunch of these. It's old hat to me, but it's not to you. So I want to take some time, and I want to make sure that you're comfortable with this.
Okay.
I know we talked on the phone, and you have enough money to do this, or we wouldn't be sitting here talking about it.
Right.
Okay, so what I want to do, let's take a look at the paperwork. Up here is the address. This property is at 113 Main Street here in Jacksonville, 06. It's a good location.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a property that we're going to go in, we're going to buy it as is, which we already have bought it. We have it under contract.
Okay.
We're ready to close.
Okay.
And we're going to renovate it. And then we're going to sell it. Now, let's look at some numbers.
Okay.
I'm going to buy this for $38,000. Now, we're going to have some closing costs. So I figured about $500 in closing costs to buy it. The repairs, I've done a lot of repairs. I can repair this house for about $30,000. Now, there's going to be some insurance costs because if you lend on this, I want to make sure that it's insured.
Okay.
So that if something happens, you're going to get paid off before me. You're going to be listed as the additional insured. And again, because you'll have a mortgage, you'll get paid off first.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to have some utility costs. In other words, we've got to go in and provide utilities. We may have to pay for an electrical inspection to get them turned on. So I put about $600 in utility cost here. Now that means that the hard cost on this project is going to be about $69,900. So that's how much cash that I'm going to have in the deal.
Okay.
Now, we're going to buy it, we're going to sell it. It'll probably take about 3 to 4 months to renovate this. Maybe not that long, but start to finish, I'm thinking this is a 6-month deal.
Okay.
Now, I think I can sell this for $109,000. We've got good comps. Houses in that area are going to be that much, and this house is going to be like new. We're spending $30,000 to make it a really, really nice house. So when we sell it, we're going to put it on the MLS. We're going to have professionals sell it. We're going to pay a full commission. That's about $43.60 that's going to come out of that. And then real estate commissions will be $65.40. That's actually the closing cost, $43.60.
Okay.
You have about 6% real estate commissions and another maybe 3% or so in cost of the sale. So even though I sell it for $109,000, I'm only going to net $98,100. So that's the money that I get back in. Now the project's going to cost $69,900. That means there's a gross profit there of $28,200. If I use my own money on this, that's how much I can make. But what I'm interested in doing is having you come in, put the money in, you'll get a first mortgage.
Okay.
You'll be fully insured. And I'm willing to pay you 3 points plus 12%. What a point is, that's money you get up front.
Okay.
And the way we do that is this 3 points
On my 69?
on your 69 is about $1,800. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring $69,900 less that amount to closing.
Okay.
So you get 3% right up front. Then I'm going to pay you 12% interest. You're not going to get a monthly payment. It's going to accrue. So based on 6 months, you're going to make $6,291 on a $69,900 loan. Pretty good money?
Yes.
Okay. So my net profit is not going to be 28 anymore because you're in the deal now lending the money. I'm going to make 21,909. So I've still got good profit left for me. So I feel comfortable with this. Okay, let's look at the terms. This will be a mortgage. I don't write the mortgages. The attorney or the title agent, in this case, will write the mortgage. They'll write the note. It'll be a standardized form. It'll be properly recorded. You will have a first mortgage security agreement. You're going to get $2,097 at closing. The interest rate's going to be 12% per annum or per year. The interest payments are going to accrue. You're not going to get a monthly payment because I don't want to deal with that. I just want to pay it off when we're done. And the term, now we should do this deal in 6 months, but there's a 12-month balloon. If I have not paid you back in 12 months, you can foreclose and take the house. I can tell you that's not going to happen. Okay, that's just to protect you.
Okay.
That you know you can get your money back at 12 months. The economy crashes, something happens, we can renegotiate and extend that if you are willing to do it. Right now we're looking at 6 months to do the deal and then 12 months as the worst case scenario. So your total return over 6 months is about $2,097 in points, plus $41.94 in interest is $62.91. That's an 18% annual return. Is that pretty good? Is it more than your money's making now?
That's pretty strong.
Pretty strong. And it's very good security. Let's say the worst happens and we go 12 months.
Right.
You still have a 15% return.
Right.
So that's still strong. Your investment secured by first mortgage. I'm only going to borrow 64% loan to value. You know, banks lend 95% on some loans. They always even lend investors 80%. I'm only asking for 64. The house is going to be good collateral because it's going to be rehab. And I'll tell you something else. You're not going to hand me this $30,000. I'm going to ask you to put it in escrow. Mm-hmm. We're going to go out and we won't ask for anything that we haven't already spent. I may spend $3,000 the first week. Then I'm going to ask you to reimburse me.
All right.
So your money is safe in escrow. You're welcome to come out and look at the house and make sure the stuff's been done that I have on the list. I'm going to send you an itemized list of what I've done.
Okay.
So, I mean, you got a ton of protections here and a very, very good return. You have any questions at all?
No, I've heard some horror stories about somebody's, getting draws and the supplies were going to another house.
Yeah.
So
Well,
how
that's
am
why-
I protected about that?
The way you're protected is on a Tuesday, I will send you a draw request. That will cover what I spent the previous week.
Okay.
So you're always a week ahead of me, and you'll have a couple of days. I'll send it to you on a Tuesday. I won't ask for my draw until Friday.
All right.
And it will be for work done the previous week. So you can just go out and
Oh,
take a look.
okay. All right.
So you'll be able to do those inspections.
All right.
And if you don't know anything about construction, I mean, you can hire somebody to do that for pretty cheap. I have found most of my lenders have done business with me a lot of times. For a long period, none of them inspect.
Okay.
You know, I've never defaulted on one of these.
Right.
Always pay them off.
Right.
And, I'm looking for you to come in as a new lender. We're always looking to expand our opportunities, and I think this is a great opportunity for you.
Very good. Well, your reputation precedes you.
Well, thank you.
I'm ready to move forward.
Okay, great. What we'll do is I'll have Laura, she's the title agent, get a hold of you.
All right.
And she'll arrange the transfer. She'll write all the documents. We'll set up the closing. She'll set up the escrow. It will be with the title company. So I'm not going to get into the details. I'll let her do that. That's what we pay her for.
Okay.
So I'm going to give her your email address. She'll send it to you, and we'll start. Now, is the money in an IRA, savings account? Where
It's
will
an
you be?
IRA, but I just, 3 days, I can put this.
Well, she'll fill that out for you.
Okay.
And she'll send it to your IRA, and they'll send the check to the title company. She'll disperse. She'll take the money to buy the property. She'll put the balance in escrow.
Okay.
And that escrow is what we'll use for the repairs.
Understood.
Okay, very good. If this were a real house, I'd be ready to go.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now, let's do another one. Borrowing money on a property that is going to be flipped. In other words, I was going to buy that house, I was going to flip it, and make about $20,000 after paying the lender. And if you looked at that, if it's done in 6 months, the lender's going to make, how much? $6,300. What would a partnership have cost me? About $14,000. Okay, so I would much rather use a lender than a partner. And a partner, anything with more than one head is a monster. You got to deal with that partner telling you how to do things, and you don't want that. The only thing that you're going to deal with the mortgage person is just approving your draws. What I do is I send an email out. I send it out on a Tuesday, and it says we've done this much, we spent this much, and I attach an itemized list of everything we spent on a spreadsheet. I keep the receipts. I have this one person that they've done about the third house with me. They always ask for the receipts at the end. That's the actual customer. But we have everything documented, and we're above board. And if you're going to deal with a lender, you're going to have to do that. So you really want to put your system together and carry it to the lender rather than go to a lender and ask them what their system is. You want to try to be in control. Okay, What was your first name?
Rick.
Rick?
You would be my partner and you don't know my name?
I do now. Rick, I appreciate you meeting me here for breakfast at the University Diner. Had pretty good food, but that's not why we're here for the food. Okay. What I want to do is I want to talk to you about getting involved in my real estate business, and the way I'd like you to consider getting involved is as a lender. Now, I have a deal right now ready to go, or I wouldn't have called you here. I'm not going to waste your time. So what I want to do is let's take a look at this deal and let's see if you have an interest in it.
Okay.
Now this is a property that I'm going to keep. We don't have to worry about reselling it because I'm going to keep it long term. And what we're going to do, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to fix it up. And then I'm going to rent it out. So let me go over what we're paying for this. I can buy this property for $10,000. You might ask, that's an awful cheap property. It is, but I've been doing this a long time. I know how to buy them cheap. That's why I'm keeping it. This is the kind I like to keep. This is a profitable deal. And it's not going to be a big loan. It's going to be a real reasonable loan, and I'm going to pay it off quick. So $10,000 is my purchase price. Now, we're going to have some purchase closing cost of about $400.
Okay.
It's going to cost me $18,000 to repair this property. Estimated insurance cost, because I'm going to insure it. I'm not going to let you lend money on something that's not insured.
Good.
You're going to be listed as the additional insured. So if it burns down or whatever, you're going to get paid off before I get paid off.
Good.
And we have utility costs when we're doing this renovation, probably $600 I put in for that. So the total cost of me doing this project is $29,600.
Okay.
Now I can tell you I have $29,600 in the bank, but the problem is if I spend it, this is the only one I can buy for the next 2 or 3 months. I like to get 2 or 3 at the time, and that's why I'm interested in you participating with me.
Okay.
I can make my money go a lot further. I can build my portfolio quicker. Okay, so closing cost on the loan, you're going to get a mortgage. You're going to get a first mortgage secured by the property. My title company is going to handle all that. They'll use standardized forms, and you will actually be a mortgage holder on a first mortgage. That's very important. That'll cost about $400 for me to set that up and get it done. And I tell you, I'm not going to ask you to invest in something that I don't have some skin in the game.
Okay.
I think you'll feel a lot better if I've got some money in there. So I'm going to put $5,000 of my own money in here first.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. And see, with the 30s, I can go do 6 of these.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm interested in doing that. I don't mind putting $5,000 in the deal. Makes you feel better. So I'm going to need $29,600. I'll put $5,000. I need a loan of about $25,000.
Okay.
So I want to show you that I've got the money to pay this loan from this house because I think every deal should stand on its own. You know, I could pay the payment, but I want the house to pay the payment. So I'm going to show you how that's going to be done. The gross rent, this house should rent for $725, maybe $750, but I always want to show you the low end.
Conservative number. Gotcha.
I put 5% aside for maintenance. I put 5% aside for vacancy cost. And the real estate taxes are $45 a month. That's actually what's being paid on the property. Insurance, I get good insurance, about $55 a month. So if you take the $725 rent and you subtract these expenses, that leaves $552.50 a month. Had I put my own money in, that's what I would have made. Now you'll notice I don't have money in here for a property manager.
Right, that was even my question.
My wife's a property manager.
Okay.
So we manage our own. And if you had a property manager, you'd just put it in there. The deal's still going to work. So the estimated net rent before finance cost, if I do cash, it's going to be $552.50. Okay? If you lend this money, and at the bottom I'll go over it, your payment is going to be $366.25. I'm going to collect the $552. I'm going to pay you the $366, and I'm still going to have $187 a month left over. That gives me a little cushion even after figuring for all these costs. Now, that is for 84 months. I'm asking you to do a loan that will be fully amortized, which means you'll get principal and interest in equal payments, And at the end of 84 months, you'll have all your money and all your interest back.
Okay.
So what I do for the first 84 months, I only make $186 a month. You may say, why do I do that? I'm willing to take that lower cash flow because in 84 months, it's paid off.
Right.
I know people that finance cars that long. And then I go back to getting the full $552.50 $50 a month.
Right.
You're going to lend $25,000. The rate, I'm going to give you 9%. That's a very good rate. Now, you could make 12% if you did short-term loans in the real estate business. Problem is, they'll turn over in a few months,
Right.
and you'll have to constantly put your money back out. By the end of the year, you're probably only going to make 9%.
Right.
And I'm guaranteeing you 9% here for 84 months. For 7 years, your money is going to earn 9%. Okay? The monthly payments are going to be $366.26. You'll receive that every month. I've got one fellow, I've done 7 or 8 of these. He calls it mailbox money.
Right.
He goes out to his mailbox and he gets about $2,000 a month in the loans coming back. Every time I pay one off with him, he's ready to do another one. But I want to spread out and get some more sources. Okay? So it'll be an 84-month amortization. The total of the payments will be 84 times 366. You're going to put out 25. You're going to get back $30,766.
Okay.
Your investment's going to be secured by a first mortgage, and the loan to value is only going to be 53%. The best thing that could happen to you would be that I didn't pay you.
Right.
Okay? And the repair funds up here, this $18,000 in repair funds, that's going to be escrowed, and we're only going to draw that out after we do the repairs. We'll send a request in weekly. You'll get a spreadsheet. All the costs will be itemized, and we'll ask for that amount back. But we'll do it the following week to when we spent it, so you'll always be ahead. We don't ask you to just hand us this $18,000 and
Right.
trust us to do the renovation.
Right.
We're going to do it, but we think you have the right to inspect it every week and make sure we're doing it. And if you don't have time to inspect it, you could always hire somebody. So we put this program together so that you can make good money and I can build my portfolio 3 times as fast. And now, to do this, I have to get out and dig for these deals, and I get good deals. This house isn't just going to be worth $28,000 when it's done. It's going to be worth about $50,000 plus. I don't think I've ever gone the full 84 months on one, but I may. I've got a couple now that I may, because I've got the money to pay them off, but I'm thinking I'd rather go buy another one
Right.
than pay this one off. So it's a very flexible program. You can do as many of these as you want. I guarantee you after you do one, you're going to want to do more. And this one we need to close next week. You know, you'll have a week to get your money together. You'll need to bring $25,000 is all you'll need to bring to closing. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in doing?
It sounds good. I'd like to see 10%.
10% on the, you know, I don't do that. And you know why I don't do it?
Why?
I got at least 10 other people out there willing to take
We can
9.
do it 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure, let's do it.